Good Saturday morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Khiree Stewart. Chris, most of the city leaders have been here or out helping with evacuation efforts, and it may be one of the most important tests a high school student will have to take. The tornado may have brought down homes and trees like this one, but it did not bring down the spirit of the community. Oh, I love fall. Pumpkin spice, all of that. I'm counting down the days for that. They said their main concern tonight is the Jackson River. They're expecting it to reach record flood stage around 23 feet. Now, police are going door to door telling people to get to higher ground. Several roads around Covington and Allegheny County have been blocked due to high water. Crews conducted a swiftwater rescue at Midland Trail and Callahan Circle in Allegheny County. Many people said this is something they've never seen before.
It's been hectic.
And I'm joined here with Richard Douglas, who is the Covington City Manager. Mr. Douglas, thank you for taking the time to speak with us. Now, where are evacuees being asked to go, and what should they bring?
We have two.
Good Saturday morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Khiree Stewart. Meteorologist Lindsay Anderson is in the Weather Center with a look at what we can expect for the day. Lindsay. The search for a woman in Tazewell County has gone from a missing persons investigation to a death investigation. The body of Danielle Pruitt was found in a remote wooded area near Bluefield, Virginia. Her family reported her missing after she was last seen around 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Law enforcement is still actively investigating her death. They've interviewed a suspect who is at the Southwest Virginia Regional Jail on unrelated charges. Many school leaders in our hometowns are facing what they call a teacher shortage. Nationwide, leaders say fewer college students are going into the teaching field. That creates a domino effect when schools are looking to hire and retain highly qualified teachers. WDBJ7's Daniel Staub sat down with Martinsville Public School Superintendent about how they're fighting this trend. President Obama's historic visit to Cuba this week is expected to usher in a new era of openness between the two countries. Cuban and American companies are already preparing for what could be the most dramatic changes to Cuban life in generations. From the renovation of hotels to the opening of new restaurants, Cuba seems poised to begin a new era of tourism. Havana's biggest port now welcomes luxury cruise ships weekly. U.S. Airlines is even waiting for the green light to begin service to the island. Many of us have experienced the pain and discomfort that comes with food poisoning. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, 1 in 6 Americans get food poisoning every year. Mary Maloney has tips to help keep your stomach safe. A new report shows more and more children are ending up in the emergency room after accidental poisonings from medication. Save Kids Worldwide says 59,000 kids go to emergency rooms each year because a child accidentally took medicine. Children under 3 make up the majority of ER visits for medicine poisoning, ingesting pain relievers, vitamins, and even diaper cream.
The danger is not child-proof.
The best advice for parents? Keep medicine up and away from children, use the dosing device that comes with the medication, and keep the poison helpline in your cell phone.
Cute. She was a pit boxer mix. Are you singing? That? Ooh, that was really good.
You brought her on, I've been thinking about that song.
I know, and she was quoting a bunch of different Adele songs in it too. She's like, she needs to find someone like you. What else?
Rumor has it.
Rumor has it. Oh gosh.
I'm an Adele fan, guys.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
Yes, Adele is so good, and I think we're all really excited. She's back. Making some singles and making some hits.
Yeah, and it looks like the weather could fit an Adele song too, right?
I probably could, yeah.
That's right, Melissa, and he told me he's still upset and that he doesn't believe the results. He still thinks there should be justice for Spencer's death.
We was already prepared for nothing to happen, like no justice at all, like they weren't gonna do nothing.
Carl Spencer is surprised the officers involved in the shooting death of his brother Keontae Spencer will not be charged. Police say he refused to put down a BB gun he was holding.
No matter how wrong he was, he dead now, which was not supposed to happen. Like, they're wrong. They killed him. He don't have no story to tell of what really happened.
On Wednesday, Chief Howard Hall said Spencer turned to officers 6 times and was attempting to point a gun at them. His brother said he still has questions.
What they were saying in the first press conference, that the subject, which is my brother, was struck right after turning around, like immediately after he turned. So when did he have time to raise the gun up, and when did he turn around 6 times?
And he wants an independent investigation.
They shouldn't have nothing to do with this case because the police was involved in killing my brother. So the police that in that jurisdiction, whatever you call it, they shouldn't have nothing to do with it.
Either way, he says no matter what happens, nothing can bring back his brother.
It's just not right, man. Like, I still think about it every day. I probably will think about it every day for the rest of my life.
Now, Spencer said that he's planning to write a song about his brother, and you can read more about today's announcement and reaction on WDBJ7.com. Khiree Stewart, WDBJ7.
That's what we do. We help out the community and neighbors, and I mean, we just do anything we can.
Frank Ford and his friends said they've hauled more than 9 trailer loads of trash from more than 12 homes in White Sulphur Springs this week.
Stoves, couches, tack boards, drywall, anything in a basic house that's lower to the ground.
To the hundreds affected by the flooding, age is just a number when it comes to this group of volunteers.
People always ask us, like, what church are we from? Are we at the Red Cross? Are we, like, out of town, like a mission trip, all of this stuff? But we don't really have an answer because we're just a bunch of teenage kids just together trying to help out our community.
Macy Burns says she had trouble finding volunteer opportunities, so she posted on her Facebook page asking for volunteers to meet at a local store. From there, they headed out and started getting their hands dirty.
It's just hard to believe that it's someone's house, like it's someone's personal items, and they just have to be tossed out. I mean, they can be replaced, but people can't be replaced. So at least it's their items and not a family member.
Part of their volunteering took the group to Patterson Street, and families who live there say they appreciate this effort.
Let's know the younger generation's actually willing to help out devastation, the older folks. You don't see it much these days.
Ford hopes this inspires others to make a difference.
It feels good to get stuff done and then get a hug from one of the community members. They can just get out here any time of the day and just find somebody and help and just start doing something.
The group says they plan to continue their work until people stop asking for help. We have more information on how you can help along with this story on WDBJ7.com.
To see it on TV is one thing, but actually to come out here and experience it is a whole different ball game.
Joshua Polk and Travis Smith sift through the rubble of what used to be a home. They're trying to salvage whatever they can for the family that lived here. Both say they can't help but be touched by the stories they see in the piles of debris.
When we drove by, we actually saw a large teddy bear that you can tell belonged to a small girl, just laying under a whole bunch of debris.
Pictures, doll babies, like tools. We found a few trophies, like stuff that holds memory. And I think the people out here, I think they really wanted just to get it back.
Power crews were also out working to restore power to the area. While volunteers are out lending aid to the victims, others are out lending aid to the volunteers.
And now we get a chance to help our friends and our neighbors right here in our community. It means so much to be able to do that.
Members of the humanitarian group Gleaning for the World were out making sure volunteers and victims had enough supplies.
Today we brought 2,500 bottles of water up here for volunteers. We've sent 25,000 out to other places that have been affected, as well as more food and water and blankets and things like that.
Polk and Smith said they plan to come back tomorrow. They said this tragedy has taught them the importance of life and helping others.
Community needs to come together. People need to, band together and try to help one another. That's something that's going to be real important in these next couple of days.